Heads up 20-ups, it's Monday. Cue intro sequence. So, Danielle, you mentioned card games, and I admit I've never really know any card games. I mean, I was taught poker and that kind of things whenever we had a deck of cards around, but since I don't play often, I kind of forget it every time we play, so they have to explain the rules to me again, and then I start remembering. And as for trading card games, I was never really into them, so I have to admit that to this day I don't know how to play them. But I've seen some of the cards and they look really cool, so I think I couldn't be opposing the idea of owning some of them, if only for the cool art they have and stuff. You also mentioned playlists, and in general everyone seems so organized with their playlists, and I'm not. I have all my music just grouped into one playlist, and whenever I listen to it, it's always on shuffle, but depending on my mood I skip certain songs. So yeah, that's not very organized. Maybe I should do what you guys do and divide them into different kinds of music. I just don't know if I have enough music to make a bunch of playlists, because in general I don't really have that much music. So another thing you mentioned was parents' censorship, which I also haven't talked about. And honestly, when I was little, I think I was pretty sheltered, but I don't remember my parents like forbidding me to do a lot of stuff. I don't know, I think when something is censored from you, especially when you're a little kid, it only makes you more curious to find out why it's censored and what could be so bad about it that you can watch it. I don't really remember watching or reading anything that was too age inappropriate when I was little, but I also don't remember wanting to and like being forbidden from it. So I guess my parents did a good job at censoring things, but softly, so I almost didn't notice. Rima, I'm so glad you mentioned Bertie the platypus, because I already said in one of my previous videos that I liked Phineas and Ferb, but honestly, Perry is easily one of the best parts of the show. He's just awesome. So yeah, I'm a fan too. And I really like the advice you gave Danielle for comparing. That really will help me too, so thanks for that. I like the idea of the rest of us deciding the punishment for either TJ or Lucy, depending on the outcome of the rugby match. So yeah, that could be fun. And lastly, you apologize for not having much to say to me in your video this week or last week. But don't worry, I think it happens to all of us that sometimes we have a lot to say to someone and not so much to other people, but I mean, it's nothing personal, right? So yeah, that happens to me too, and I hope none of you are offended. So yeah, but don't worry. Lucy, thanks for teaching us the correct way to make scrambled eggs. I don't think I've been doing them right now that you mention it, so yeah, now I know a little bit more. And I am a better cook thanks to you. Also, the story you shared about just packing up your things and leaving, and I mean wanting to find your own place, that was really cool and really inspiring. And I don't know if I'd ever be able to do something like that, because yeah, I don't know, it's kind of scary to be on your own, but that was really cool. And I loved to hear how you and Rima had that sort of interaction a long time before the collab even started in, the fan fiction side. That was really, really cool, and it makes me wonder if any of us had seen each other previously just like that. So I guess if we had, we'll find out eventually. Craig, the story that you told us about your parents losing you in the library and you reading a book upside down, that was really funny. It made me laugh, and it's a great story too. I like how you said about the collab that maybe it was meant to be and we're meant to be friends, because I guess there's some truth to it. I mean, I could have easily not become part of this collab, and it's the same situation with James. It could be a totally different thing. So it's great that things work out the way they did. By the way, I listened to your EP and downloaded it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's hard for me to pick a favorite song, but I think I'm slightly leaning to Too Long to Albany, just because it's a little more upbeat and catchy. Well, the tune is. But I really like all three of them, so yeah, great work. James, I think the reason why I'm so fluent at English is because I started learning when I was really little. So in one hand, I got all the basics down when I was really little, when you kind of absorb all the knowledge. And on the other hand, I mean, I've had a lot of time to practice. So yeah, I've been thinking of making a video in Spanish in my regular channel, and I could put subtitles on it so my viewers can understand what I'm saying, but I just need like a topic to talk about or like I can choose any random video I want to make anyway and make it in Spanish instead, but I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I also like watching people play games. Lately I've been watching Hank play games in the Hank Games channel he has, like Assassin's Creed or Portal or things like that, and it's really cool. So yeah, I don't know. You could think it could be more fun to play them, and maybe it's fun too, but I really enjoy watching. You mentioned playing World of Warcraft, and I never played that, but I have a sort of a similar story of when I played MapleStory. I love to play to explore and to see all the different places and monsters, and especially to do quests. But sometimes my friends were more concerned about like grinding and leveling up and which monsters give the most experience points instead of, where I have more fun. So yeah, sometimes I wish it wasn't more about, hitting the level cap or getting to a certain level really fast, and it was more about just slowing down and enjoying the ride, because it's just a game. Oh, and I also like the idea of having a group in your pants where we can discuss more things and stuff. TJ, thanks for what you said about that. I look more comfortable in front of the camera now. That's really encouraging. I mean, I've never been good in front of the camera or as a public speaker, so yeah, yay, progress. I guess all I really need is practice, and this channel gives me a whole lot of that. So yeah, that's one great thing about it. About drinking, I'm not really a drinker, although I've tried a bit of a lot of things, a lot of different kinds of alcohol, but I just don't, the taste doesn't appeal to me. I have a hard time drinking enough that it could cause any effect on me. So yeah, I don't know, they say it's an acquired taste, but it's not really one I want to acquire. But you're right, as long as we have the right to drink, and as long as we do it responsibly, or at least we do it responsibly in front of the camera, as that is the message that we put across, I don't see no harm in it. By the way, the picture you showed was really cool, and then when you said that it was made of a bunch of different photos you took and then put together, wow, that's impressive. I had to go back and look at it again, and it's just really cool. I guess that's all for today. Daniel, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see all of you during the week. Yeah. So here goes the reminder of the FTVA, although I think you don't have to be reminded, but it's still a cool way to end videos.